A very good evening. Welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I'm Mariam Vijayaratna. Let's have a look at the headlines first. The decision to increase the fuel price links with strengthening the banking system and maintaining low interest rates, President stresses. GSP issue should be handled by the country's diplomats and the politicians. Central bank governor asserts. News in detail. COVID-19 detections over the weekend rose to 4,715 and the number of patients detected only on Sunday stood at 2,361. Meanwhile, the Health Promotion Bureau states that 18,885 PCR tests were conducted yesterday. The patients detected yesterday include 2,329 persons linked to the Nivea cluster. On Saturday, 19,676 PCR tests were carried out and 2,354 persons tested positive for the virus. The Department of Government Information states that 561 persons from Gampaha, 528 persons from Colombo, 313 persons from Kalutara, 111 persons from Jaffna and 105 persons from Kegol are among the patients detected on Saturday. Colombo district still leads the list of overall COVID-19 patients in the country with 55,316 persons. Gampaha remains in the second place with 38,054 persons and the Kalutara district is next with 24,249 persons. Both Kandy and Kurunegala districts also recorded over 100 positive cases. A total of 223,638 persons have tested positive for COVID-19 to date. At present, 32,955 persons are under medical care and 1,657 persons suspected of having COVID-19 are under observations. Meanwhile, hospitals yesterday discharged 2,031 persons, bringing the country's COVID-19 recoveries to 188,547. Central Bank Deputy Governor Dr. Chandranath Amarasekara stated that Sri Lanka has been capable of settling its loan up to $2.6 billion and only $3.6 billion is to be settled. Central Bank Deputy Governor made these observations addressing a media briefing arranged by the Government Information Department.
Government's external foreign currency debt service payments in 2021, 3.7 billion. Out of that, we've already paid 1.3 billion and 2.4 billion is remaining. Let me reiterate, is government's external foreign currency debt, and the government has foreign currency debt externally as well as locally. And if you take the total of these two, we are looking at $6.3 billion in 2021. Out of that, we've already met 2.6 billion US dollar payments and 3.6 billion is remaining. But I should add that most of the domestic foreign currency debt service payments can be rolled over because these are either maturing Sri Lanka development bonds or borrowing from offshore banking units of banks by the government.
President Gotabaya Rajapaksa yesterday justified the sharp hike in fuel prices and said that the move was warranted and also would help to achieve other beneficial broader socio-economic goals. President Rajapaksa also said that the price increase is only one key factor in a common strategy that strengthens the local economy. On Saturday, the government raised fuel prices ranging between 7 rupees and 23 rupees per litre. The statement said the Cost of Living Committee, chaired by the President and convened with the participation of the Prime Minister and the ministers in charge of the subject, focused on a number of main reasons for the need to increase fuel prices. However, the price of fuel in the country was last revised 21 months ago. According to the statement by the PMD, one of the main reasons for this is the continuous rise in global crude oil prices over the past few months. At present, the price of a barrel of crude oil is over $70 and market trends indicate that it will continue to rise. The statement issued by the President's media unit said that the aim is to strengthen the country's banking system, maintain low interest rates, reduce foreign exchange spending and strengthen the exchange rate. It also added that the decision was taken to safeguard the health and welfare of the people and to transform the import-dependent consumer economy into an investment and consumer economy dependent on domestic production. President said Sri Lanka has become a country that not only spends a large amount of foreign exchange for fuel imports, but also a country where its transport services, power generation and the function of some of the factories are based on these imports. We'll be right back after this short commercial break.
දැන් නිවසේ සිටම ආරක්ෂාකාරීව පහසුවෙන් SLT Mobitel Home bill පත් කළ සුදු කරන්න ඔබට පුළුවන්. MySLT app එක හරහා SLT Mobitel web අඩවියෙන් bill පතේ QR එකෙන් ඉන්ටර්නෙට් බැංකින් හා බැංකින් net මගින් ඔබේ ආරක්ෂාව වෙනුවෙන් වගකීම් ඉටු කරන SLT Mobitel එකම එක සබැදියාව.
ඒත් නෑනේ පොළගාවේ නම් තිබුණලු.
මම ගියා ඒත් ඉවරයි.
කාර් එකයි කෝටි ගොඩ ටිකට් එකයි දිනුම් දෙකයි සම්පත ලක්පරම මාසිකම එකයි.
පරක් වෙලා වාසනාව නැති කරගන්න එපා.
ජාතික ලොතරැයි මණ්ඩලය.
Welcome back after the break. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa points out that the country was able to save 1.3 billion rupees last year due to the ban on vehicle imports and the reduction in international oil prices. President highlighted that in 2019 alone, the foreign exchange spent on oil imports was $3.6 billion and it was $2.3 billion last year. The international oil prices reduced to $45.57 in 2020 from the previous price of $68.80 in 2019. However, the price of a crude oil barrel in 2021 has exceeded $70. However, in addition to spending foreign exchange, the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation has been a loss-making institution relying on loans obtained from the Bank of Ceylon and the People's Bank annually. The amount to be paid to the two banks as loan is 652 billion rupees. As the Ceylon Electricity Board has also to repay nearly 85 billion rupees in loans to the two banks, the Treasury has issued bonds on loans given by the state banks and it has to pay higher interest on the loans as well. PMD also showed that private and public transportation accounts for nearly 60% of the fuel consumption and it should be reduced. Therefore, the statement also suggests that electric vehicles as well as electric rail transport have the potential to reshape the transportation sector in the country. Transport costs can also be stabilized by completely stopping the importation of new vehicles powered with fuel as well as promoting the use of electric vehicles and providing electric engines for three-wheelers. Therefore, although the ban of vehicle imports was maintained, the expenditure from the foreign exchange earnings for petroleum imports would be around $400 billion. Central Bank Governor Professor W.D. Lakshman stresses that the issue of losing the GSP Plus facilities for the Sri Lankan productions is a matter which should be addressed by the diplomatic officers and political authorities. Governor Professor Lakshman also added that anyhow the issue so far has not been discussed at the central bank.
This question has not yet been discussed extensively within the central bank. When the time comes, or maybe in the next few weeks, we will work out the measures we will be and we are able to take on this subject. But there is also the issue of our diplomatic missions trying to influence opinion in the countries concerned, in the European Parliament, etc., in trying to continue this facility until, with luck, in the few months' time, if we happen to move up to until that happens, move up to middle income, upper middle income level. Until that time, if we can maintain this, because there are certain product categories which depend very heavily on this to be exported to Europe. These negotiations ought to be made by the diplomatic officers.
Central Bank Governor Professor W.D. Lakshman also said that the Central Bank of Sri Lanka is entitled to a $1.5 billion swap facility from the Central Bank of China. Faced with low foreign exchange reserves and looming debt repayments, Sri Lanka also has plans with swap facilities with India and Bangladesh.
We have signed the agreements and facility was made available to us in respect of the swap facility with the Chinese Central Bank. That swap facility, your number is correct, $1.5 billion. Then we have not still drawn anything from that facility. Maybe we might draw something later on depending on our need, but we are keeping it as a standby facility. And the other facility which you have indicated from the Chinese Development Bank has been received. I think it is 600?
500 million this year.
Yeah, 500 million this year. Last year also something was received, and a little bit more to be received. So the 500 million has been received.
We'll be right back with the stock updates.
ඒත් නෑනේ පොළගාවකේ නම් තිබුණලු
මම ගියා එහෙත් ඉවරයි
කාර් එකයි කෝටි ගොඩයි ටිකට් එකයි දිනුම් දෙකයි සම්පත ලග්නවර්ම මාසිකම එකයි
පරක්කු වෙලා වාසනාව නැති කරගන්න එපා
ජාතික ලොතරැයි මණ්ඩලය
අන්ලිමිටඩ් නම් මෙතෙන් SLT මොබිටෙල් අන්ලිමිටඩ් ඉන්ටර්නෙට් හැමෝටම ෆිට වෙන හෝම් සහ මොබයිල් ඉන්ටර්නෙට් පැකේජ් පෙළක් හුරු වෙන්න අපේ අන්ලිමිටඩ් ඉන්ටර්නෙට් වලට SLT මොබිටෙල් එකම එක සැබඳියාව
හලෝ දැන් ඔයා හිතන්නේ හැමදේම වෙනස් වුණේ කොහොමද කියලානේ? උත්තරේ මගේ ළඟ තියෙනවා. අපි හැදුනේ එකම සැබඳියාවක බැඳීමෙන්. හැමදේම හොඳ වුණේ සැබඳියාවේ හැදීමෙන්. අපි මෙතනට ආවේම එකම එක සැබඳියාවක රැඳීමෙන්. ගෙදරට වැඩකට ගමනට එකම එක සැබඳියාවක බැඳෙන මුළු මහත් රටකට. Good morning sir. How can I help?
SLT මොබිටෙල් එකම එක සැබඳියාව.
Welcome back after the break. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a negative note today. The all-share price index dropped by 28.03 points to close at 7,582.27 and the S&P SL20 dropped by 12.09 points to close at 3,054.94. The turnover was 1.36 billion rupees and almost 69 million shares were traded. Up next are forex rates. That's all we have for today. See you tomorrow at the same time. Until then, take care. Good night.